Welcome to Court Helicopter Explainer, election issues about the Law Society of Kenya. The question that comes about is why LSK elections? We have thousands and thousands of society in this country registered. Why is it that the Law Society of Kenya attracts national and international interests? Of all these societies that we have, I've said more than 2,000 societies, none is created by an act of parliament. Only the Law Society of Kenya is created by a national statute. It is parliament that created the Law Society of Kenya. Interesting. How? Chapter 18 forms the Law Society of Kenya Act. The date of assent was on 24th December 2014 and it commenced on 14th of January 2015. Listen to the Law Society of Kenya. This is an act of parliament to establish the Law Society of Kenya to provide for the objects and conduct of the affairs of the society, to provide for the establishment of the Advocate Clients Compensation Fund and for the connected purposes. Therefore, this is created by an act of parliament. What is the functions of the Law Society of Kenya? The president and his council were elected yesterday. What are the functions of the Law Society of Kenya? So that you know, the first function is that the Law Society of Kenya is supposed to assist the government and the courts in matters relating to legislation, the administration of justice, and the practice of law in Kenya. It is the Law Society of Kenya that helps the government. It also helps the courts on how to administer law in this country, on how to practice law in this country. A very, very critical component given to the Law Society of Kenya too. And this is the most important one. The Law Society of Kenya is mandated to uphold the Constitution of Kenya and advance the rule of law and the administration of justice. The Law Society of Kenya's job is to uphold the Constitution. So very many people have been quarreling. Why is the Law Society of Kenya, every time President Ruto and his cabinet make a law, the Law Society of Kenya goes to court? Why is it that when the Gen Zs are arrested, you see the Law Society of Kenya in court? Why is it that when widows are being dispossessed their properties by the uncles or of the deceased, the Law Society of Kenya is there in court? Why is it every time the voice of the president of the Law Society of Kenya is considered a serious issue? Now you understand. And as at section 4B, the Law Society of Kenya is there to uphold the Constitution and to advance the rule of law and the administration of justice. C, the Law Society of Kenya is to ensure that all persons who practice law in Kenya or provide legal services in Kenya meet the standards of learning, professional competence, and professional conduct that are appropriate to the legal services they provide. When in C, you are being told that the Law Society of Kenya has to, one, ensure that the quality of the students who join law schools is maintained, the standards of the students coming out of the law school is maintained. So the training of all lawyers in this country fall under the Law Society of Kenya. That is why the Law Society of Kenya is a member of the board of the Kenya School of Law. They are also involved in the Council for Legal Education. Therefore, the Law Society of Kenya regulates all those who want to join law school, study law, and how that law will be practiced. D, the Law Society of Kenya is supposed to protect and assist the members of the public in Kenya in matters relating to or auxiliary or incidental to the law. So the Law Society of Kenya is mandated to help members of the public. That is why anybody who has a matter of public interest, the Law Society of Kenya will go to court on your behalf. If you cannot be able to get justice because of any other reasons, you have a right to go to the Law Society of Kenya. They will represent you for free. That is why they are called pro bono lawyers, because the Law Society of Kenya is not a profit-making entity. And any issue, they take up the matter. E, the Law Society of Kenya is set to maintain, and continuously improve the standards of learning, professional competences, and professional conduct for the provision of legal services. They continuously review the curriculum of those who are doing law. They ensure they provide for adequate training. Remember, every advocate must go for what is called the Continuous Development Courses, CPD. 5 points. Wetangula did not go for CPD. You pay, you go for training. All advocates are trained. You have got to attend 5 trainings every year before you get a practicing certificate. These trainings are put by the Law Society of Kenya. These trainings are managed by the Law Society of Kenya, and every advocate, whether you are Senior Counsel Kalonzo, whether you are Senior Counsel Nuruddin Haji, whether you are a Senior Counsel Orengo, you must go to class 5 times a year for you to get 5 points to allow you to get a practicing certificate. F, the Law Society is there to determine, maintain, and enhance the standards of professional practice and ethical conduct and learning for the legal profession in Kenya. The ethics of practicing law, the morality of practicing law, how you practice law is governed by the Law Society of Kenya. The code of conduct of advocates. You have seen every advocate, whether they are ladies or they are men, they are in a code, a dress code, blue, black, navy, and others. How they dress, the code they dress is governed by the Law Society of Kenya. The language lawyers use is governed by the Law Society of Kenya. The attire worn is governed by the Law Society of Kenya. The conduct between a client and an advocate is governed by the Law Society of Kenya. G, the Law Society of Kenya is there to facilitate the acquisition of legal knowledge by members of the society and auxiliary services providers, including paralegals, through promotion of high standards of legal education and training. Other than lawyers, I said in a court explainer we did last time, an advocate is different from a lawyer. A lawyer is anybody who has a degree in law called LLB from any university. An advocate has gone at Kenya School of Law, been taught what is called advocates training program for 1 year. They come for pupillage for 6 months, then they are admitted by the Chief Justice. Then that person becomes an advocate. He can address the court, he can draft documents. Then there are what we call the paralegals. Paralegals are diploma holders. They serve, they undergo for 9 months training. They don't have a degree. They leave Form 4, join a paralegal training college for either a diploma in law or a certificate in law. These people become court clerks. These people becomes process servers in advocates' offices. They become dealing with clerical work. They are called paralegals. They are not advocates. All these fall under the Law Society of Kenya. Then we have H. They are there to present, protect, and assist members of the legal profession in Kenya in matters relating to conditions of practice and welfare. We all subscribe to Law Society of Kenya, and they give us our welfare, they deal with us. I. They formulate policies that promote the restructuring of the legal profession in Kenya to embrace the spirit, principles, values, and objects of the Constitution. So the Law Society of Kenya has made it very clear that our profession as lawyers, we practice it within the tenets of the Constitution of Kenya. We do not practice law outside the Constitution of Kenya. J. Facilitate the realization of the transformed legal profession that is cohesive, accountable, efficient, and independent. They are there to implement Article 10 of the Constitution, that legal practice must be efficient, transparent, and accountable to the people of Kenya. K. They establish mechanisms necessary for the provision of equal opportunities for all legal practitioners in Kenya. There is no way a lady advocate is going to be discriminated by virtue of her being a lady. The Law Society of Kenya ensures both the ladies who are advocates have equal opportunities with men who are in legal practice. J. Protect and promote the interests of consumers of legal services and the public interest generally by providing a fair, effective, efficient, and transparent procedure for the resolution of complaints against legal practitioners. When an advocate steals from you, when an advocate does a shoddy job, when an advocate you are paid neglects to come to court, when an advocate steals money of a client, there is a disciplinary committee that is appointed by the Law Society of Kenya. That disciplinary committee members, we elected them yesterday. You lodge your complaint to the Law Society of Kenya disciplinary committee. Remember, we said there are two bodies that discipline lawyers. There is the Law Society of Kenya and there is the Attorney General's office, what you call the disciplinary committee, where you can launch your complaint. So, ukibiwa na wakili, don't say umeachia Mungu. There are mechanisms to discipline lawyers who are errant. Second last, they develop and facilitate adequate training programs for legal practitioners. We have done that. And lastly, they do all such other things as are incidental to the foregoing function. Therefore, when you look at the Law Society of Kenya, it is the custodian of the interests of the public. It is the defender of the Constitution. It is the defender of Wanjiko. It is the defender of the common man. The Law Society of Kenya is the defender of the Gen Z. The Law Society of Kenya is the defender of the marginalized group. Keep watching. Wakili Dansan Omari wishes you a good afternoon because you have now learned that. But as we said, we are passing our condolences to the family of Lewis Lisansa Musansa, who was our production manager. He was our IT person. He passed on during a road accident. We have posted. You'll see the till number. Those ones who want to assist the family, we have posted the till number to assist the family. We have been slow because we lost the key person. We were mourning, but we are back, and may God rest his soul in eternal peace. Wakili Dansan Omari.